Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Commander Clash. And we have reached the end of Season 18 of Commander Clash, which means it is time for one of my favorite episodes every season, which is Season 18 stats. So today, we're not actually playing Magic. We're going to go back through the last season of Commander Clash and go over pretty much everything, our game length and who won the most and what cards show up the most. So that's the plan for today. But before we get into that, we got a crew to introduce, podcast style today, starting with Phil Brewer's Kitchen. How's it going, Phil?
Hey-o. That's also my favorite episode of the season every time.
We have some arguments to settle too, and I don't know if it made it in the slideshow. I know we have our editor Niatuk here off camera just in case we mess anything up too much. Niatuk, can you do me a favor and can you look up who got to play first the most? Because that is really the only stat I care about. Whether Tomer or I actually went first the most this season.
I know who got last the most. That's definitely
me. Not even winning though, just being in seat one is all I care about.
Yeah,
who
seat
actually?
number.
That's
a true winner.
Filled with 12-9.
It was Phil that played the most. Wait, what were me and Tomer's numbers?
Tomer was 6 times, and Seth and Krim were 9 times.
Oh, so Tomer actually did go first the least. Although it was Phil. It was neither one of us who went first the most.
What about fourth? What about fourth? Whoa. The true loser.
I would need to do the math on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not available. It's fine.
All right. I was just curious.
Fourth
anyway,
is just a number.
We're getting derailed already. Go ahead, Tomer.
I also, just while we're on this page, I want to do a quick shout out to our artist, Adriano. He does all the artworks for all the intros. And I don't know if you're seeing this on the screen, but we're looking at it right now. And it's like a big collage of all his artworks, and it's like super awesome. And I was like, one of my favorite things too is like every week I put in the thumbnail requests and I put in like what the things are, and I'm so excited when I open it up and see what he drew. So that's a treat for me. So special shout out to him.
I love Adriano's artwork. He does all the thumbs for my videos as well. So absolutely love his work.
And I mean, I guess if we're shouting people out, we got to shout out Niatuk for all his work behind the scenes, helping keep things running, and Morgan for putting up with all of our Soul Warden triggers and editing all of our videos. So shout out to all the behind the scenes people that keep Clash growing. But anyway, we also have Tomer, Budget Commander. How's it going today, Tomer?
Doing great. I want to hear the stats. I heard that I was not in first the most, and now I want to see the other injustices done to me.
Oh well, we're about to get into it, but we got one more co-host in Krim. How's it going, Krim? Good morning.
Good morning. I am excited, mostly just because I always the stats episodes are always an eye opener because sometimes I think I play more of something than I do, and vice versa. Move things around. So I'm excited.
It's hard when you're going week by week to keep track of that stuff. Like, stuff like, which color am I playing the most? Like, you kind of intuitively have a rough idea, but when I look back at the end of the season, a lot of times like, oh my god, I didn't realize I barely played this color. I played this color so much. So it's always fun to see. But anyway, that's the introductions. Let's jump into it and talk some Season 18 Commander Clash stats. And first off, we have some kind of foundational stuff for this season. We had 33 episodes this season, which ended up being 37 games. I believe we had like 1 or 2 episodes with 2 games, and then I believe 1 episode, our like super aggro game, we got 3 games in. So 37 games, 33 episodes, average game length, 9.3 turns, which is down a little less than half a turn from last season, down 0.3 of a turn. Average game time, exactly the same as last season, 1 hour and 43 minutes. That is unedited, of course. That's not the time that you see on YouTube. That is how long it actually takes us to play the game before Morgan does all of his magic. What do you guys make of these numbers? Is Commander like speeding up even more? What do you think of like 0.3 of a turn less? Is that meaningful?
That seems in the acceptable. Like that's just the same, right? And average game time is literally the same.
Literally.
That is impressive.
Good for us.
Yeah.
I think it's also like working out the technical issues too. We transitioned from MTGO to webcam, and I know like the early seasons was us kind of adjusting to that. So maybe that kind of helps us kind of get the flow of things. But yeah, I've never seen a season where we go up in terms of turn length, which I think
down,
is a little bit sad. But I still enjoyed all the games. So
Yeah, I feel like
Wait.
I'd have to go back and check the old stats, but I feel like we were at like 11 turns if you went back like
That's
5
what
or
I was
6
gonna
years
say.
ago. So I think if you look at the last like the whole series of Commander Clash, I think we've knocked like at least 2 turns off the game over the time we've been doing this.
And that might be because I might have been spiking the number of turns before because of accidentally skipping my turn. So moving off Moto has been just an all-around good quality of life improvement.
That's true. So those are the episodes. Let's get to the important numbers. So who actually won the most of this season of Commander Clash? And oh my God, did Krim kill it? Krim, 14 first place finishes. Tomer and Phil tied for second, or in third, I guess, at 9. And me coming in way at the bottom with only 4 wins this season. Krim, what was going on this season? How did you win, like, I don't know, 40% of the time or something? Your win rate was absurd this season.
Do you want the real answer? Because the real answer is y'all, like, took out removal. I swear, it feels like I was not interacted with this season.
We actually have a new stat this season about how many crimes people committed and how many things they destroyed. So we actually will have some numbers on that a little bit later.
Okay.
So we will see if that is actually true, that we're just not playing enough removal for Krim.
I mean, if it's not that, then it's the fact that maybe I have gone up removal because just the average card nowadays does so many things at once. So, like, having, like, the sweetest removal that everyone in the comments and everyone loves, Deadpool, I have just been able to get around so many tricks, right? So, I don't know. I mean, the average card has just gone up, and I've just started playing with a lot of new cards, right? Like, because it's easy to fall into the rhythm of including more old cards, but I've just tried to try all the new stuff.
Play the new stuff, yeah. And then I think Phil and Tomer, we need you to do like a 1v1 to see who gets second, like a sudden death playoff, a shootout of some kind.
It's also of note that the difference between first place Krim and second is the same between middle and last. Unfortunately, I had a rough one for you this time, Seth.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know what happened this time. I don't know if my decks were like not strong enough. I know I felt like I tried to like, I don't know. I know I still play the One Ring and like some of the staples all the time, but I did try to avoid just being like green ramp decks all the time. I guess we'll see later in this when we get to the colors if I was actually successful at that. But I made an effort to try to play like more red decks and stuff. What is it, Krim? What is it?
It's because you tried to play Mana Rocks.
I do have at least 3 or 4 losses this season that exclusively came because I thought, Richard's gone and I can play Mana Rocks now. And then I was proved so wrong on that theory by Krim again and again and again, and the rest of you, but mostly Krim with his treasure.
Do I owe you royalties then? Because I feel like one of the games that I won was because you fed me all your Mana Rocks. Right? Like,
you did. That treasure dabber. You really stole all my mana that game. I'm back off the Mana Rocks. I'm back off them. Anyway, let's move on. We also have last place. What do we get in last place? Well, perhaps unsurprisingly, Phil setting up his value engines and getting beaten down by the rest of us as we try to stop him from popping off, comes in with 6 last place finishes. Tomer at 4, Krim at 2, me at 3. I did better by last place than first place, at least. I guess that's good. Phil, how's it feel to be knocked out first the most?
Nothing new here. And understandable, honestly.
Is that not a sign of the most respect, though?
Yeah.
Like, I actually still trying to earn y'all's respect to remove me first. I'm not quite where Phil is yet. So Phil is the real winner.
I mean, I feel like Phil is he tries to go for the big value. And he tries to like pop off and be the problem, but then he's like anti-politics too, where he's like, Krim will be even if he's like way ahead. He drew 15 cards. Krim will be wheeling and dealing, and he'll be misdirecting and gaslight girl bossing. But Phil's just like, yeah, I'm the problem. You should probably deal with this. This is really scary.
that is true.
Reverse politicking.
Yeah, it's anti-politics.
So it's 6 losses, 6 wins, so 50% of the time I get away with it when I do my big turn.
That sounds about right.
Good score.
Hey, On the games that you do win, Phil, you do some pretty spectacular things. So
Yeah.
it makes up for some of the getting
That's
taken
true.
out early, I think. All right, let's move on to our next one. Consistency. So the average finish, lower is better here. So again, I come in at the bottom. 2.4 is my average finish. Tomer, 2.22. Phil, 2.19. And then Krim, of course, with all those wins, coming in at 2.05 as his average finish. Which actually doesn't look that out of whack, right? I guess like we're kind of all within, I don't know, 0.3 of each other or something. Not super bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of been the case, right? It also feels like none of the games have ever just been like really that one-sided. Maybe one or two had a few runaways, but like I feel like for the most part we were all just hanging in at around the same time. And so all the games have felt roughly like this.
And I feel like, Krim, you had some like pretty sneaky wins at the very end this season. Like a lot of the, maybe not a lot of the games, but there were definitely some games where it was like right down to the last turn. And then I remember like your deflecting palm game or whatever to like steal the victory from almost certain defeat. So you had some there where the games were like so good right to the end, and then you just managed to sneak it out with like one perfect spell.
Yeah, I mean, it also required me to hold this dead card for like 15 turns. But yeah, I mean, I foresaw that.
It paid off in the end. All right, let's move on to budget.
Oh my God.
Tomer, budget commander, what is going on with your $1,000
Oh my
average
God.
deck
Budget.
cost?
I have failed.
Tomer comes in
Wait,
at
what?
956. The rest of us all right around 700. Krim 667, Phil 706, me 692. Also worth mentioning, we remove the highest and lowest deck prices because we sometimes do like a $10,000 deck or whatever, which really skews the numbers. But Tomer, I'm curious. For having the reputation of being the budget commander player, what's going on this season? How did your decks end up $300 more than the rest of ours? $400.
This is even worse because I'm pretty sure my New Year's resolution was to play more budget decks, and I failed
right.
spectacularly.
I think
it's
your
like-
non-budget decks are so expensive. I didn't think about that because you
Yeah.
play $50 decks too, and you still have the highest average.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
are
I
you
don't-
legit 400 over me? Like,
it's like
I
double
don't
them.
know.
like 300.
So
There has to be some cards that I'm very I like playing a lot, and they're very expensive apparently.
It's funny too because you're not like a One Ring believer. I think of that as like a card that probably adds $70 to all of my decks or whatever because I just played in so many decks. But you don't play the One Ring in every deck. I'm trying to think of what super expensive cards you always play, and I'm kind of drawing a blank.
But do you play
Just
Abu duels sometimes?
No,
the easiest way
we
to
don't.
get
We don't really
things.
play Abu duels. I don't know, honestly. No clue. I think maybe it's just like in general, I just splurge more
Yeah.
on decks. Whoops.
What do you guys make of this number overall? So this is our individual totals, but if you average this all together, our deck's probably on average, including Tomer's being a little bit above us, maybe $800, let's say, 750, 800. How do you think that compares to like the average commander player? Our deck's got to be more expensive than what most people are
Yeah.
playing in their playgroups, right?
Yeah.
We play all the we got all the fetches, all the shocks, everything. So we always
mana
play
base.
expensive mana bases. I think that's usually, and then we got. I mean, if you have one great hand, you put it in every green deck. Like my personal decks aren't as pricey, unless you count the card versions. Just because I don't have multiple Sephiroths or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
I think
let's move.
I-
Go ahead,
yeah.
Tomer.
Like my decks, my personal decks, I swear, are usually like in like the like between
Yeah,
like
right,
the
budget
$50
commander.
to $200 range. I swear, looking at like nearly all of them. Maybe the Changeling deck is out of that budget, but I think it's just that we have like we just put in whatever card we need for these decks to
Yeah.
make them work, and we don't really think about the price tag. Whereas for our personal decks, like we're not swapping everything in and out all the time,
I think that this is comically low for me. I'm very
Really?
curious just because I assume this is pulling like the cheapest versions, right?
Yes.
Of like the base versions.
Yep.
Okay, because like my paper decks are like all like I have the Junji Ito Elish Norn, right? I have all of these I've come full circle. These gold border lands are so hideous that
Oh,
like
yes,
the P lands.
exactly.
They're so
Dude, they are
horrible. Love them.
they're so ugly that I have to have them. So
Yeah.
I am surprised to see the budget be that low, and especially the lowest of us four.
So Crim's insulted by this low price tag.
I know,
He wishes it
Crim.
was at least
He
double.
wants to be more bougie.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, look, I'm just saying, Tomer, I'm now going under budget commander, and you have to get a new name. Sorry, dude,
Yeah.
I've won this season. I am the budget commander.
Budget Avenger.
You can
Yeah,
just go
I'm
back
the
to Dr.
budget
Anime
Avenger.
Tomer.
Is there a correlation between lowest budget and highest win rate? I wonder.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
oh,
this
God.
season there actually was.
Yeah, it's time to say it's budget, and then
Budget
get
time.
killed first.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. How often did we cast our commanders? So average number of commanders cast. I'm pretty proud I did better this season. Tomer
yeah,
comes in at the
wow.
winner at 1.5, but I'm right on your heels, Tomer, at 1.4. Crim and Phil at 1.3, which actually, we're all pretty even this time, really. Like, that's very close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
That's a
happy
very
there's a
low.
1 in your column there, Seth.
I know,
I'm
I'm pretty
proud
sure
of you, dude.
I had a season where I was
Yeah.
below 1, which I was kind of proud of, but also a little embarrassed by at the same time.
It's good that you put like a little sticky note like on your commander, like please cast me.
Please, yes.
Or something.
You
The
gotta-
sticky
yeah.
note is like the size of his monitor. You
Yeah.
have a commander.
Cast it.
Cast it. Anyway, let's go on to our next one. Ooh, average number of lands. I think this one's kind of interesting. So Richard sneaks into this slide as our guest. I think Richard made this slideshow, so I think he just wanted to flex on us a little about how he played more lands than the rest of us. Richard wins as a guest with 41. I came in at 39. Tomer at 39. Phil and Crim at 38. Seems reasonable. Do you think this is more or less than you guys played in the past? I feel like my number has increased a little bit. Like I'm closing in on 40, which is what I'd like to get to. But what about you guys? Do you think this has been consistent over the course of Clash, or is it more than you played in previous seasons?
I think
I think it
this
should be
is
the same.
this is more, right, for me, because every season I've gone up gradually by like almost 1, like from like 36, right? Okay, the one time I had 32, 33
he's always
lands,
mana
guys,
screwed.
come on. That was an Adeli's deck. I had a curve where I topped out at like 2 to 3 mana, okay? But outside of that, I feel like this, even 38 now, feels kind of low because I'm trending towards 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I started playing Commander, I'm pretty sure I was like a 36, 37 land believer, and that has slowly, like over the decade, gone into like 30. Like I'm usually like between 38 and 39, 38 and 40, depending on what the deck is wanting to do. Sometimes 42 if it's like a lands based deck. I had a question for you guys though. Do you count like all MDFCs? Are they straight up just lands? Like if they enter tapped or untapped, does it matter to you?
So I will say, as far as these stats are concerned, this does include MDFCs. So 39 would be including MDFCs. I count MDFCs. I mean, I guess I count them as a land. I don't think about whether they're tapped or untapped, although I have noticed I just don't play as many of the tapped ones. Now that we have untapped ones, I play less and less of the tapped ones and just mostly play, other than like Valakut Awakening, Valakut Recovery. Those are the 2 tapped ones that I still play a lot. But I
Not
don't really
even
play
soft
many of the
consumption?
other... No, I'm off the Zoff consumption trade at this point. I don't play that one anymore. But I do think of them as a land. I consider them a full land.
2 things. 1, Tomer, I'm so sad I never revealed it. In the Keen Duelist deck, I updated it this season with Zoff Consumption because that was a land that would deal 6
that's
damage
funny.
to somebody if I
Yes.
revealed, right? But I count MDFCs, and it's also I'm finding that it's really not hard at all to go to 39, and arguably even like 40 lands. Like again, I mean, I think Richard could be onto something here with 41 because we now have like the adventure lands, we've got like all these utility lands, like Richard has mentioned, and even with basics, I've found that I want to go up more. So I really do not care if it's tapped or not, but MDFCs, tapped, whatever. Regardless, I'm still trying to cast Cryptic and Phyrexian Obliterator, so I need my duels.
It's a fixing that's important. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, next up, We have another new stat. I know, Tomer, you're partly responsible for this. Rodrigo came through some interesting stats. We have crimes per game. So crimes, this is Outlaws of Thunder Junction. You target your opponent or their stuff with something. You've committed a crime, and it turns out that Krim is the ultimate crime lord. I think Krim came very close to committing more crimes than the rest of the pod put together. Krim's 8.9 for Krim per game. The rest of us, 3.1, 3.2. Richard, 1.8 when he was a guest. Krim, how's it feel to be the crime lord?
Okay, first off, this looks bad, all right? I don't always have it. Do not assume I always have it.
Except he does.
Okay, the stat does make it look like I always have it, but I swear I don't. And second off, I guess this is the difference, right? I do play a lot of interaction, but this season I've just, again, noticed that a lot of things can be interaction combined with something else, right? Like having like all these cards that are 2-for-1s, right? Like versatile cards are just way more prominent now in Magic, so I figure why not? And when I look at every card, one of the things I think we did a counterspell episode. One of my favorite things to do about counterspells is if it's not just a counterspell, it's also a clone effect, like 3 steps ahead. These are all things that I'm playing, and that's why my crimes are really high, because almost all my cards can double back as almost interaction.
It's criminal. And
Yeah.
Tomer and Phil. Well, let's move on from that pun super quick. What do you guys think about your numbers?
I like that.
Do you think that number is too low? Like, we were talking about Krim committing the most crimes, the most interactive, and he won the most games this season. Do you think the rest of us are, like, not criming enough? Like, should our number be higher next season if we want to dethrone Krim and get some more wins?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Like, it's so interesting because, like, we were all like Richard pilled for so long, and it wasn't just because like, oh, like Richard's spouting craziness, but it's so crazy in my work. It's like there were some Commander Clash seasons where he was like he was also the cream of the table, not by as much. I don't think Richard has ever dominated us as badly as Krim did, but he was like at the top. But and it was like and based on that, I think like the entire group kind of followed his philosophy a little bit of just like, you know, don't overcommit to the board, just like drop down whatever, dirtle a bit, don't be the threat, and then just board wipe. Board wipe early, board wipe often, and I mean, it works for Richard, and then we see Krim has a totally different philosophy, but it really works for him. So it might not just be like straight up, oh, you need to run more crimes. It's kind of like, what type of decks do you run? How do you utilize your cards? Like, what type of play style do you lean towards? How do you use it politically? And also, like, what are you playing against? I feel like there's a lot of factors, and I feel like Krim is just so good with crimes because he utilizes so well. Like, he'll always be like, I have this removal spell. It would be a shame if your commander slipped and fell, but what if you did this for me? You know, like, he's literally the crime. He's literally like the Godfather.
He literally is
here.
the crime lord.
Like, come to my daughter's wedding. By the way, don't attack me, or else everything will be very sad for you. You'll be swimming to the fishes.
I will say though, there are some of those times though where we have done that game, that song and dance, and I've got like 4 lands. In my hand, and I'm just like, oh, thank God they didn't swing at me.
But you usually have it. That's why I think we're usually believe you.
We're used, So, it's hard to not believe Krim because he does have it a high percentage of the time, it seems like.
It's because I think I've run the other direction of Richard, right? Like, so Richard believes in, well, probably to his benefit, that I always have it, but that's because I've gone up spot removal, right? I just want to see what more spot removal does, because I don't want to just board wipe. I still have my basic 5. I don't go lower than 5 sweepers, but I also have more spot removal as well, because this way I'm not pressured to fire off a board wipe, right? So I've really liked how much spot removal I've got.
I'm curious, Phil. Do you hope that number goes up or down? Do you see this and you're like, oh my God, I should be more interactive? Or you're like, man, those are 3 slots that I could be spending on value pieces?
I think it should be a little higher, although...
Come on, guys, a little higher.
I still don't
come on.
I still don't like just murder, but something like Unexplained Absence or something, it is... I like those cards. It just at least be a X for 1 that is above.
Yeah.
X, something plus 1 for 1. And wraths aren't crimes, but counter spells are crimes. I hope I still play counters and
Counter spells are
wraths, but-
crimes.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's my 3. Actually, I it's higher than I thought, to be honest.
and honestly, we are all super consistent too. Like me and Tomer and Phil are all right in the same exact spot. But it does show that Krim this season, I think maybe was in the position of power because he was the person that would have the interaction. And not only does that allow him to interact, but as Tomer mentioned, it also is like a politics play, right? If you have the interaction or are known for having the interaction, you can use that politically too to get favors out of people and keep your stuff alive. And I think Krim parlays that really well. But let's move on. We got another crime-related stat, which isn't exactly crimes, but is just things destroyed per game. So this is kind of crime
like
adjacent.
father, like son.
But it would also, yes, like father, like son, with Richard coming in on top. But this would also include things like wraths, right? If you wrath the board, that would include be included here when it wouldn't be in crime. So technically, Richard as a guest comes in at the top. Although Krim, as far as full-time members, still leading here at 10.7 things destroyed per game. Tomer and I actually jump up quite a bit when you add wraths into the mix to 7.8, 7.4. Phil, you don't really wrath that much either, apparently. Like you just do not destroy people's stuff.
I mean, I play wraths, but usually I try to dodge wraths rather than. But I do still play
Phil,
them in each deck.
I need a Phil stat that's like things saved per game. Because when I think of Phil, it's like he's the one that's heroic interventioning when someone's trying to wrath him. I feel like Phil saves the most stuff.
Yeah, I think this makes sense. Like I definitely shifted my interaction to more wraths. Like instead of just running like 2 or 3, I'll try to go to like 4 or 5 or however many seems applicable. And then my removal is like I'll have like maybe like 3 spot removal, 3 counter spells, and that's it. And I might have to adjust going forward.
I'm planning on adjusting a little bit. I don't necessarily want to get to the Krim level, I don't think, where I'm playing that much interaction, but I do want to play a bit more than I played this season, I think.
Guys,
I think
it's
a
not
couple
that
more
hard.
target removal spell, another wrath or 2, something like that. So a little bit more interaction for season 19.
It's not that hard, though, guys. Everything does 30 things now. Like, I promise you, you don't have to sacrifice that much.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the secret, is looking for removal spells that also have extra utility, so I can trick myself into playing. Kind of like when they put Graveyard Hate on, like, an effect you already want to play, and you're like, I'm responsible now.
It'll draw me cards if I do this.
Exactly.
That's the key.
All right, let's keep moving forward. Who got their things destroyed per game? And here, probably no surprise, that Phil is at the very top of the list with 10.2 things destroyed per game.
It's Phil's time to shine.
Tomer 7.5, Krim 7.1, me 6.2, Richard way down at the bottom at 5.2. Phil, do we actually just target you first every game and kill all your stuff? Do you feel like that? Yeah.
Deadpool always targets my commander. That's
true.
Well, it's also, I feel like this stat might be a little bit inflated due to Phil's strategy. He likes token strategies. So when the board gets wrathed, like we lose like 2 creatures each, and then Phil loses like 10.
That's true.
Like, because it's like 10 tokens are on the battlefield. So I feel like that might play a role.
I think that's true. He just has more stuff to destroy. So if there's a wrath, it's probably going to hit Phil harder than it hits other people.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Interesting. Well, let's move on to tutors per game. And this one also blew my mind. So we're not really a tutor-heavy play group. Phil, 0.6, Krim, 0.5, me, 0.3, Richard, 0.2, Tomer, 1.6. That's kind of like Krim and the Crimes. You tutored as much as the rest of us put together, I think. More than the rest of us put together. What are all these tutors? I don't remember you casting that many tutors.
I was a little bit shocked at this. There was one game where I played Root Path Purifier as my commander, which turns all your lands into basics. So I was going heavy on that, but like...
Although I will say this excludes land tutors in general. Like in general, if you're fetching or like rampant growthing out of land, that's not gonna be included in there. So would that count your Root Path Purifier though, Tomer?
Yes.
Like would that explain it?
Yes, because to be more specific, it doesn't count. The tutoring doesn't count any lands that have a basic land type. So if you get like a fetch land, a surveil land, a basic, as long as they have a basic land type, they're excluded from this. But if you're tutoring up a land like a strip mine or something like that, that would be counted. So Root Path Purifier was like it turns all the lands into the basics. So I started tutoring up a bunch of fancy stuff. That was only one game, though. I think also like one of my favorite white cards is Weather Wayfarer, which also does the same thing.
You do love that card.
I probably tutor. I guess I tutor a lot. I don't know.
Because I don't think of you casting like a lot of demonic tutors or enlightened tutors, like those type of tutors. So you think it's mostly land adjacent, probably? Because I don't think really like, I don't know. Do any of you play a lot of like real tutors, like demonic tutors?
I do love my Whir of Invention, so if I'm in blue, there's a high chance that I'm in there. So yeah,
the only deck that I have a tutor in is literally my demon deck, because demons, demonic tutor. I have to, Grim tutor with the shiny flavor. All silver, so it's like flavor purposes. Otherwise, I really don't tutor if we're not counting like fetch lands.
What about you, Phil? Like, technically, discounting Tomer is an outlier here for whatever reason. You were actually the next highest. What's your tutor that you play the most, do you think?
I do play specific tutors like Fierce Empath or the like I often play a Stoneforge package to get Ether Spark or something.
Yeah,
I usually play specific tutors. It's still always 6 per game, but it should be every second game something. It might just be tutoring up a land with like an Archdruid's Charm or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess it's not a lot of tutoring in general when you think about it. Like, on average, we're casting less than a tutor per game. So, not a lot of tutoring here. Ooh, all right. Game changers.
Oh, yes.
On to the game changer list. There's 130 total decks here. So, in theory, a card could show up 130 times. Although, in reality, that can happen because of theme restrictions. But in general, so 130 total decks. Our most played game changer, the One Ring, which I will get to personal stats in a minute. I'm sure I'm at least partly responsible for that one. Second to Fairy's Protection, Jeska's Will, Deflecting Swap, Fierce Guardianship, Cyclonic Rift. Those are the rest that have at least 10 total copies out of all the decks. And then a bunch of random one-offs. Oh, did you play Mishra's Workshop, Tomer? That might explain why your budget was so high, because that's like a $3,000 card. So that might have skewed your budget a little bit, just playing that a couple times.
That's a good card.
But what do you guys make of our game changer list?
I'm surprised I don't have more Oppo agents, but I think that's because I don't know why. I just have not included them. Although recently with Spider-Man, now that Agent Venom is on it, I think he's back. He's so back. We are so back.
It's also worth mentioning we did a CDH game, and I think like a lot of the Thoricles, let's say, all the Rhystic studies, because it's house banned otherwise, like all the Smothering Ties would be from like CDH week or no ban list week. So that probably accounts for some percentage of those cards. But what do you think, Tomer?
I mean, I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think I ran a single One Ring this entire season. So I'm actually surprised at how high the One Ring was. Considering I ran a lot of Teferi's Pro though, and Jeska's Will probably probably the next 4 or 5 I ran quite a bit. And I feel like Crim's like almost all the Bowmasters just himself.
It's gotta be a lot of Crim in there. What's your big game changer, Phil? What do you think you contributed to the most on here?
Probably the Run Ring from the ones in the top. Then like crop rotation.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe isn't Ancient Tomb banned? How did we have Ancient Tomb?
Ancient Tomb is banned. I think it was CDH
week.
Because we had 2 games.
No ban list week. I think it was another one that I think every CDH deck played it. Pretty much every no ban list deck must have played it, and I think that's how we end up with 7 of them.
I had a question.
Yeah.
Consecrated Sphinx. I don't play it. I keep forgetting it exists. But is it not a good card? Like it like
I mean,
I like when I see it played, I'm like, wow, this card's really good. And then I just never play it, and I never see people play it usually. What do you guys think? Are we not running it enough, or what's up? Or are we avoiding it for some reason?
I actually don't know. Every time it shows up, it pops off. And I think I'm kind of like you that I just kind of forget to put it in my decks. I also think I don't play that much blue, which might be part of it. But what do you think, Grim?
I'm going to be real with you. I don't know why I don't play it more. I think it's because I have played Commander for so long. And it's one of those cards that have just always been like, oh my God, it's so good that it's like, like I'd rather just not play it. Plus, at the end of the day, I'm sure I could find more fun and like flavorful ways to get card advantage. So whereas
like the
this
One
is
Ring.
Okay, believe it or not, I'm starting to feel that way with One Ring as well. So it's kind of, I've sprinkled One Ring through my decks here and there this season, but
no.
Like I'm starting to feel like those two are in the same boat where it's just like, I don't know. I mean, there's probably some other thing I could use, right?
Yeah, that is true. It's also worth pointing out while we're talking about game changers. We did a meeting talking about our next season 19 of Commander Clash, which is going to kick off next week. And our top 2 cards on here, getting house banned next week. We decided One Ring and Teferi's Protection, going to be house banned. And based on these numbers, they're almost like outlier level, right? There's more than twice as many One Rings as Jessica's Wills, which was 3rd on the list. So just based on how often they showed up in games, I think that was, even as a One Ring defender, I think it was probably a good choice to get rid of those for next season, shake things up a little bit. So we won't be seeing nearly as many One Rings into Teferi's Protections, maybe on CDH week or whatever. But in general, we're not going to see them next season.
Good riddance.
Yep.
Now we have game changers by player. And Tomer, I don't know if this ties into your budget being a little bit high this season. You were also the game changer leader by a pretty big margin. Tomer, 110 game changers. I had 80. Krim and Phil somehow exactly tied with 47 game changers, which means we had, 33 decks? So you were playing like 1.5 game changers per deck. I was playing a little under 3 game changers per deck. Tomer, you were playing like a bracket 4 deck on average, but you played one deck that was very game changer heavy, right?
I played one deck that was all game changers, where when the bracket system, when we got game changers, just put every single one in a single deck. I don't know how many game changers there are, but like I feel like there's at least like 30 or so that will contribute to that.
More. I was thinking it was like 50 plus. So
this is the one that I'm most surprised about, because like I remember when I'm looking at my Commander Clash decks of recent memory, they're like 1 or 2 game changers. It's very rare that it goes over. Like I tried to keep it bracket 3, honestly. So this stat is very high. I wonder how much the median was,
Yeah, I mean, so I know there's at least 50 game changers. So if you actually are playing all of those, then that would probably drop your number down to like, there's 61. So that would drop your number down to like 50 or so. You'd basically be in the same range as Krim or Phil. Like if we excluded that one deck that you played all game changers, and then I actually would probably be around that same area if the One Ring was house banned.
Yeah,
because I think that adds a lot of game changers to my list because I played in so many decks. So
It is very funny that you're only 30 under Tomer, and Tomer played all game changer
deck. All right, let's move on to some Commander Clash group stats. So group stats. Which color do we play the most this season? And actually, I think for the first time in a long time, red comes in on top with 66 red decks, 63 green decks, and of course, multicolor decks would be included in here multiple times. But 63 green decks, 64 white decks, 55 blue decks, 46 black decks. Black is the big loser this season. So Naya, essentially, top tier, blue mid tier, black bottom tier for this season of Commander Clash. What do you guys make of this?
Krim, what happened?
Not what I expected.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think because of themes, I had to play green this week or the season.
I
Right?
think you're secretly a green player, and you
Yeah,
just
he's a
are
green player.
Oh God!
He's a
Okay,
green
hold on.
player.
It's gonna look real bad. I need to know my personal stat on how much green I played because if the season I finally like, if I'm coming
Oh
out
my
on top,
god, yes.
the internet's gonna
Yeah.
roast me, and I know that I'm gonna.
It's
Crim won because of
Crim's
green.
green season.
He's a
Oh
phony.
boy.
You're a phone.
He was one of us all along.
I mean, okay, Grixis red, I'm not surprised, right? Between blue red, black red, I do love Rakdos, but green being this high, I think it has to be because I also started playing a lot of green this season.
Yeah, I think that's
Mm.
part of it because I was like trying to avoid playing as much green, and it still came up very high. Tomer and Phil, what do you think about red being our number one color? Isn't red mostly considered to be the worst color in Commander by a lot of us? What do you make of that being the color we actually played the most this season?
Honestly, I'm shocked. I want to see my stats there. I just
It's
assume I
coming.
play band colors the most.
Yeah.
I rarely play red.
I
don't know.
think Crim and I played a lot of red. I'm trying to think about if Seth played a lot of red, but I don't think Phil played a lot of red. I'll be shocked. I think like out of the most red we played, I think like it's like either me or Crim on top. I think we're first and second, and then maybe
Ooh.
Seth and then Phil. But
I think
we'll
I might
see.
be fairly high in red this season. I think,
Okay.
but I guess we're gonna get to our personal colors in a minute. So I guess we should move forward
What
so we
happened
can
to
actually
black?
get to our own colors. Yeah, black. I feel like was this not at
Black
the bottom
was-
last season too? I feel like I
No, I
remember
thought it was
last
the top.
season. Was it at the top last?
Or-
Oh
It was-
man.
One of the seasons, and for a good chunk of seasons, I felt like black was at the top.
Huh.
I had to play more
Right?
Tamir, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like, yeah, I guess black is normally at least somewhat high because of you, Crim, because you play a lot
Yes.
of Demir and Grixis, but you played a
Mhm.
lot of other colors this season. You weren't playing just like all Grixis this season,
I
so
was
maybe
held
that's
back
part
by
of it.
Grixis.
Oops, all Grixis.
Oh, yeah, Crim becomes a green player and black suddenly doesn't see any play in our play group.
Jeez. Rough.
All right. How about color combinations? Well, there we go. Mono red, the most played mono color, and tied with 5 color is the
This is the
overall
first?
most played.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
mono
so is
red.
Wooburg because we have like these crazy themes every single time. So we need multiple colors to make it work. To see
Yep.
that mono red is on top, that's kind of wild.
Does
we
this
actually
count for
have-
aggro week though?
Liar.
Right? Because like aggro
yeah.
week was this season, right? So we were all
Aggro week was
red, I
red.
think, right?
We would all. I
would have
would
to
count
be.
aggro week, but it would just count as one. Even though we played multiple games, it would just count as one for each player. I'm mostly shocked at like how many monocolor decks we played. I feel like that's unique. I feel like usually it's 2 and 3 color pairs that are at the top. Like 5 colors usually very high, and then a bunch of 2 color, 3 color pairs. This season though, mono red number 1, mono white has 8, mono black has 8, mono green has 7, even colorless. I guess we did a colorless week, which is part of it, but every monocolor except for blue actually saw a ton of play, and then 2
That's
color
wild.
combinations are way at the bottom. Like we hardly played any 2 color decks this season. It was either
No
like
Demir, no Orzhov.
yeah, 5 color,
is
3
crazy.
color, or yeah, monocolor.
Wait,
That's
no
wild.
Demir? Have I
Zero.
not played it
Zero
once?
Demir, Crim. What are you doing, Crim?
Yeah, Crim, what
what is going
happens?
on?
How much
Actually, wow.
Grixis?
Y'all,
We
I
only
need,
had
I need to
4
revisit. I need to
Grixis.
revisit. I need to go back to my losing ways.
Although,
I need to
yeah,
go
I mean,
back.
There,
It is
4
notable
Grixis.
that Demir sees no play this season, and Crim just smacks us. So maybe
Yeah.
getting off of Demir increases your
Maybe
win rate.
Grixis is actually
No,
terrible.
dude,
That's
hold
what we
on.
learned.
I don't want to see my personal stats.
Demir in black is
It's gonna
awful.
make me sick.
Oh,
no.
they're coming.
Wait.
They're coming.
No Demir? Really?
Zero
Yeah, no
Demir.
Orzhov, but I
Wait a minute, hold on.
I said in the
Didn't Tomer play Demir?
Dralnu. Oh no, but it was 5 color Dralnu. Remember?
Right, 'cause
that was a color-
that was a rule
color
zero
pie didn't
week.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 5 color Dralnu.
Oh my
Interesting.
God. This hurt.
Wasn't there
Mhm.
an anything goes where we played colors that we usually don't play, and we all brought Naya decks?
Naya-
And now-
Yeah.
And
Right,
No,
it's
right.
like-
Yeah, that's,
It-
so it's ironically third.
It does make me a little happy to only see 4 Simic. Like that's not a ton of
Yeah.
Simic. I'm just usually there's so much Simic, so only 4 Simic's a good thing.
Hmm.
Well, let's move on to the next one. Most played cards as a group, and this excludes lands. But our number one card, Arcane Signet, a mana rock coming in as a winner, followed by Nature's Lore, the One Ring, of course, 3 visits, Clever Concealment, Blasphemous Act, Open the Way, Secure Tribe Elder, Solemn Simulacrum, Swords of Plowshares, Farseek, Balagator Recovery, Heroic Intervention, Teferi's Protection, Disciple of Frailes. Even though green wasn't like as heavily played as some seasons, still a lot of green cards on there. I guess it's like,
It's just
if we play green, every one of us is always going to play Nature's Lore. Every one of us is always going to play 3 visits. So those cards just show up super heavily on the list. But what do you make of our overall most played cards, guys?
Clever Concealment
Kinda
is
weird.
Phil.
Yep.
I mean, but
That's a
the
Phil
weird
card.
thing is 3 visits in Nature's Law, not the same number.
That
Is
is
it the
that is
same-
very
That's
weird.
weird.
It's the same card. That is very strange. I always play both of those together.
Does one of them have like a Miku art or something? Maybe that's how the Crim changed.
No. First
No.
off, I would know.
That's why I'm checking.
Also,
But you wouldn't believe this, but I think there is a Black Panther art. And I can't remember if that's 3 visits or if that's nature. I think it's Nature's Lore because that would make more sense with like Black Panther and the lore of Black Panther. So there is a chance that because I played a lot of green that maybe I added to the Nature's Lore more because of Black Panther.
What do you make of T-Pro getting beat out by Clever Concealment? Is that just, I know some of us just refuse to play T-Pro. Do you think that's the explanation for that? Phil, you're not a T-Proer, right? That's a
don't
card you
play
just
T-Pro,
don't play on principle, but you always play Clever Concealment if you're in white,
Oh, yeah.
right? That probably
Always
explains
have it.
It does feel like you always have it. All right, let's move on to a fuller list of our most played cards. We got creatures, planeswalkers, in spells. Number 1 creature, Solemn, Secure Tribe Elder, Disciple of Frailes. We already talked about those. Springheart Nantucko pops in on the top 10 list.
Wow.
I'm imagining
Is that
a lot
only-
of those have got to be Phil, yeah.
Did anybody
Clifftop
else
Wood Ash
run-
and Springheart?
Wow.
Good combo.
Did
Wow.
anybody else run Springheart?
I think I ran it once or twice.
Maybe like once. I do like it, but I don't play a lot of decks that it fits in.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that really stands out to
Overlord
me
as
is
well.
Overlord. Yeah, who's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Overlord
So all the
Gauntlets? Is that
cards
you,
that-
Phil, with Caretaker's Talent?
I put Overlord in a lot
everything
of
that-
green decks.
Crim plays it a lot
Everything
too.
that combos with Springheart Nantuko as well. So Wood Ash, Clifftop Retreat, Overlord.
I don't think
All
I've ever
pretty
played
good.
it. That's wild.
Planeswalkers. We have a new winner for Planeswalkers, and maybe it's
Wow.
because it's a new card and people are testing it
Yeah.
out. But the Ether Spark, 14 copies, double the next highest, which is also a new card. Elspeth Stormslayer, and then Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Chandra Ugin Eye of Storms, also new this year. Is Wizards getting better at printing Planeswalkers for Commander? Like usually our numbers on Planeswalkers are really low, and if you look at the most played ones, a lot of those are cards printed within like the last year. Of our top 6, half of them were from the last year.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it helps that Ether Spark is it's a fancy planeswalker that has some very unique design, right? So I
Mhm.
like that it kind of just has evasion. So I've been playing with it a lot more, and I'm curious if y'all have just been playing it generically, like in a whatever deck, not a Voltron deck, because
I might have to start to now that the One Ring's gone. I feel like it's a One Ring that doesn't get me yelled at as much.
Either Spark's a One Ring. I mean,
I don't know
Almost.
that,
It's
but-
4 mana and colorless, right? Could draw
it
cards.
doesn't
Okay,
give you,
sure, by
it doesn't
that
give you an
metric.
entire turn of punching facing.
Oh, it's not as strong. It's not as strong.
But it is
yeah.
really good. It's like it's one of the few planeswalkers that get around the multiplayer disadvantage of like you can't punch it in the face unless you actually remove the creature first. So it does live longer, which I like.
What about spells? Anything stick out on the spell list? It looks kind of like what I would expect. A bunch of ramp, a bunch of wrath, a bunch of things that protect your board, like clever concealment type effects, Teferi's protection, a couple of counters at the bottom of the list. Anything notable in there?
I'm surprised Sync isn't higher.
Yeah, I play
But-
that in every deck I can. That's one of the MDFCs I just always play.
I just forget about this for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, it's so
I
I only
good.
play it in mono blue or something, which is wrong.
Yeah, it's so worth it.
I just thought of something, and it has to do with the creature side for how much Deadpool gets me flack. I thought I had played more Deadpool.
We'll get to the Crim list. We'll see. Once we get to the
Oh.
Crim creatures, I'm curious to see how high up it is on there.
But Deadpool didn't even break 11 times. I mean,
that's true.
That's kind of nuts, right?
That is kind of nuts.
You gotta be in Rakdos, though.
That's
That's
fair.
pretty chill.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, kind of notable that Clifftop Lookout. That's another relatively new card that is, I guess, kind of proven itself to be a staple in our playgroup. Like it is. It's ahead of Wood Elves now. It's like Solemn, Secure Tribe Elder, Clifftop Lookout, number 3 ramp creature out of the whole season, which is kind of crazy.
You don't need basics.
Yeah, that's
basics.
a big reason why I play it. Yeah,
I'm surprised you all run
reach.
Secure and Solemn that much. If they got basics, maybe they're gonna be on the chopping block soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
I usually
only
play
need
one
2
basic for my
basics for
Solemn
those 2.
Divine. Yeah, you can.
Just,
Let's see. Artifacts, enchantments, and lands. Artifacts, I guess, kind of what we expected. One Ring, Arcane Signet, we already talked about those. Shadow Sphere, which I don't like to talk about that card anymore.
Did he know it has an activated ability, Seth?
Yeah, did you know that,
What?
Seth?
I thought it
I
just
saw the
gained
comment
life.
section one time. It was very funny.
I thought it just gained life. Ghost Vacuum. I wonder how many of those 10 are Crim. Crim, are those all 10 you?
I do not have
I
to answer
started
this.
playing it as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Hell yeah, Bill.
It was a Saga target, and actually, it's so good.
Yeah,
I wish I bought it earlier when it was cheap.
I think Throne of Eldraine benefited from how many monocolor decks we played this season, because that normally doesn't show up on our top artifact list, but this season we had so many monocolor decks, and it's so good in monocolor that it's actually top 10 artifact. Enchantments.
I mean,
we got the Phil special.
No, yeah,
Caretaker's Talent.
propagandas and
number 2,
Caretaker's
propaganda number 1. Number 2, Caretaker's Talent. Phil, that's got to mostly be you, right?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, if you play token decks, I hope it's in there too. But
Yeah,
I
you play the
it
most
at
token
any
decks.
chance.
What about who's the Walk-in Closet Forgotten Cellar player? That's another relatively new card that I remember seeing it a couple
I
times.
like
Do
it.
you play that one, Krim?
I play it. I know Phil's played it. I think the card is really good.
What about the other one that come? Oh, go ahead, Krim.
I wanted to ask about Ripples of Undeath at the bottom.
I was going to bring that up too. I'm curious who plays the Ripples. I feel like I have played it in a graveyard deck. So if I play like a dedicated graveyard deck, I do think it's worth playing. But 6 is kind of a high number for that.
Which,
I don't know
because
what
the reason
Ripples
why
of
I wanted
Undeath
to
is.
talk about it is because I think that card is only $5 right now, or at least at the time of filming. And after having played with it a chunk of times, I think that card is like absurdly good. Like
that card. Yeah.
I think it is
remember-
absurdly good.
I remember there was a game where I wasn't in it, but I think it was I was in it. It was Krim had that plus like the thingy that whenever like a card leaves the graveyard, you draw and all that stuff, and he had like this insane engine going on. Yeah,
It was
it looks very
yeah.
good.
I think Ripples of Undeath is a very, very good enchantment, and almost like it's not quite a tutor, but like having the ability to just pick any permanent out of that pile of like cards milled is kind of nuts. I think I remembered
It's
finding
Sylvan
a one
Library.
ring that I, wouldn't otherwise be able to really get. So
Yeah.
It's
Like,
just better Sylvan Library, basically. Well, not maybe
I
on
mean,
the same level.
It only
It's
gets
card
permanents,
selection
right? So
over
you have
quantity.
to be like
yeah.
a deck that is permanent heavy. So you can't really be a
You-
spell deck. And I guess
you gotta be a mill
ideally you
deck.
want to care about filling your graveyard. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd just play it. Would you play it like a Phyrexian Arena just as like card draw if you didn't care about filling your graveyard?
I just
I
kind of
mean,
feel
it-
like, yeah.
That's where it
Yeah.
needs to be. Like, as long as it's like permanent heavy, and plus you're in black, I'm sure there's no shortage of ways for you to get stuff back.
That's the thing is like when I think black, I feel like it's very like you're a graveyard deck. Like if you're in black, you're a graveyard deck straight up.
Yeah.
You're usually probably sacrifice as well. So I don't know. Just because of its color, it makes sense usually.
And then
I always forget about it.
yeah. And then we have
It's
lands.
very good.
In lands, we have an interesting new utility land, Climbing Our Rankings in Talongates of Madara. Very, very good card, but
It's
it is up
insane.
there ahead of most of the fetch lands. So that's a card that people are just playing in almost every deck. Number 1 Command Tower, number 2 Reliquary Tower, some basics, Windswept Heath, Talongates of Madara. What do you guys make of the land list? Anything else stick out on there?
Good job, basics, except for swamp. Sorry, swamp.
Yeah, Swamp's way down there.
Yeah.
I mean, Talon Gates is just such a good utility land. It's also ramp when it needs to be, but like more often than not, right? Like it is just held up, right?
Well, oh, it's so
I feel
good.
like calling
Should
this
be
card a
higher.
land is almost disingenuous. Right? Like,
I wonder
Do
if
you
this is
guys-
part of why our land count is increasing too, is like cards like Talongate make it so easy to like stick an extra land in your deck and feel like, oh, it plays almost like a spell, but it's still a land.
I was about to say that. I like if I want a deck that has like 39 lands and I want to put Talon Gates on Madara, which is like every single deck now, I do not cut a land for it. I put another land for it because like when I play it as a land, I'm like, aw, I played it as a land, but it's so much better than just a land drop, you know? Like sometimes it's good, like you remove a blocker or something like that, or you like phase out a creature and then you board wipe yourself and then your creature lives. But like, oh, using that activated ability, I feel like such a little smart brain boy when every single time I
Yeah.
play it, you know, like,
Cheated
oh,
to
the
play.
wrinkles on my brain are just more
So
wrinkly now.
groovy.
I just
So
feel so
groovy.
good.
And it's ramping you too as you're doing that. We see it like saving your own stuff. We see it
Yeah.
phasing out threats, and it's ramping you. The card's it's so ridiculous. So good.
It decided a lot of games, I feel like, or saved people and made
Yeah.
a big impact.
It did have a huge impact on a decent amount of games, which I guess makes sense because we played a lot of copies of it this season. Let's go on to the colors. So top white cards this season. Clever Concealment, Swords to Plowshare. So see, we do play some removal. There's a little removal on there. Onto Inversion, T-Pro, Witch Enchanter. Anything else that's Grand Crescendo? Wait, is that the save your board and make tokens thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's got to
Love
be
it.
part of the fill package, right? Yeah, okay.
Come on,
Wow.
it's X tokens, end of turn, and you don't even need the caretaker stand, and you save your stuff. Good
Yeah,
card.
it's good.
Yeah.
Clever
How about
Concealment. My God.
how about blue cards? What do we got in blue land?
Wait,
Twara.
Otawara counts as a blue card?
2 lands on
Otawara.
top.
Yeah,
You need
guess
to
it's-
be in blue to run it, right?
Yeah, I guess you got to be in blue to run it. So and plus it kind of plays like a spell. So Otawara, Seagate Restoration, Manadane, Sink into Stupor, Fierce Guardianship, Machine's Got Effigy. That's one that I picked up from Phil. I think I've started playing that in a lot of decks because it always looks so sweet when Phil plays it. And then we have War of Invention, the Tomer Ramp Special, Will of the Teamer. I play that in a lot of decks too. That's another one of my most played like new cards of the year. I think I put that in so many blue decks. But what do you think of the blue cards?
I mean, I definitely play a lot of those counter spells. I know that.
Yeah, that makes
Which way
sense.
of innovation, though? Do we play so many artifact decks?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. That's the one that lets you improvise, right? In the
Mhm.
next spell, you can improvise? Huh. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever... I don't even play that in all my artifact decks, honestly, but maybe I should.
If I played an
know.
artifact deck, I may have had that, but I feel like
Mm.
that's a Tomer land. If
might
Tomer's
be.
going to have because I know Tomer loves his artifacts, I feel like that's a Tomer card.
I also kind of feel like Lauren Revealed should be way higher on there. Like, is that not just kind of a free roll if you're playing a blue deck? Like, is there any reason not to just run it as like extra card draw that gets a land for 1 mana?
Forgetting about it is a start.
Yeah, I guess that might be the reason.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to black cards. The worst performing color of the season. And again, we have a bunch of MDFCs, Channel Lands, Fell the Profane, Tekanuma, Agadim's Awakening, Toxic Deluge coming in, a Bajuka Bog on there, Meat Hook Massacre, Coffers, Bogart Trawler, the MDFCs, Valgavoth. How in the world do we have 8 Valgavoth? Who played 8
Oh, gosh.
Valgavoths this season? My lord.
I do love Valgavoth. I am a Valgavoth fanboy, so I have to imagine if my deck is in black and I need top end, it's going to have Valgavoth.
That's got to be it.
Although, funny enough, I think one of the episodes we played, somebody else had a Valgavoth, and they got it down before I did.
Who else? Who played a I feel like I have not played Valgavoth at all in Commander, but maybe I played it once without realizing
Didn't
it.
Crim steal a Valgavoth one time? I
Yeah,
think it was
yeah,
like,
somebody
yeah,
played
he
it.
stole one from a graveyard. But
Ah,
I
yes.
probably played it
So-
in my the non-legendary commander Grave something, Mill something reanimated.
Yeah.
Seems like a good place for a 9-drop.
Also, Fell the Profane, probably me. Like, right? Or
I
don't know,
played
Seth,
that one in
maybe.
a lot of decks too. Yeah, I play that
Yeah,
in
same.
most of my decks.
I am very curious about the Meat Hook. Who else is a believer? If y'all are jamming it as much as I am, because
I
I'm
run Meat
No.
Hook.
like pretty sure I play it in every deck.
I like the
I hope so.
meatballs.
In every black deck, yeah.
Wow. I play it in decks that are like aristocrats, but I don't play it in every deck.
I'm surprised Arena is so high.
That's me too. I play that in every black deck. I'm
Okay,
a full-on
alright.
believer still.
All right.
Guys,
Also-
I've
Oh, go
said
ahead,
it
Grim.
before, and I think this is more true now than ever. And I think Phyrexian Arena is so back because that was a
Yes,
card
yes.
that people would kill you for back in like 2011 if you played it, right?
Mhm.
Oh, the card advantage is absurd. You got to get them. Now that card is so aggressively bad that it's good,
Oh,
right? Like it's so under the radar. You know what I mean? Because like it is just, dude. Sure, whatever. One of your many card advantage engines, but this is so tame in comparison to the
It's so
average card
tame.
advantage engine. So I actually am back on it because no one will kill me for it.
No, it's so bad. It's just bad. We just saw the game ends on turn 9. So like I don't know. Instead of just
That's
playing
6
the
cards.
Phyrexian Arena, you just like pay 4 mana, you get Ambitions Cost or something for and draw 3. Like I don't even like that, but like you Siphon Mines. I like Siphon Mines still.
Siphon Mine's fine, yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Arena's still good that
Nah.
you played on turn. I mean, I guess if you draw it on turn 6 or 7, it's not as good. But if you have it on turn 3, it's still pretty. Even in a 9-turn game, it's still good. The other one that jumped out at me is literal Shieldred beat Shieldred the Apocalypse, and I'm pretty sure we're the only playgroup in the world that that has more Shieldreds than Shieldred the Apocalypse is.
No,
I
3
know
for
Phil
1
played
and
it once.
insane upside, yeah.
I
It's my
love
removal.
Shieldred. I think this card is a house because it's each opponent. It's so
See,
good.
Mhm.
This
And then
is
if you
the-
keep it,
This is the exact thing you were talking about, right? Where you're getting these removal spells that have extra utility. So you have like the
Yeah.
Shieldred that works like a removal, but it also can flip in a Saga. It gives you a big body. So I think I'm seeing how Krim is getting so much crime and removal into his decks without just playing a ton of like Swords of Plowshare effects and Doomblade effects. All right, red cards. Red cards. Comes in with Blasphemous Act number 1, Arena of Glory, everyone's favorite
Yes.
ace land at 24.
Yeah.
Valakut Awakening, still one of my favorite MDFCs. A lot of MDFCs, Sundering Eruption, Pinnacle Monk. I see we got Big Score on there. Am I the only Big Score believer? I play that in like every red deck. That card's so incredibly good.
I play it a lot.
I have
Yeah.
recently started to play it more, but I think I play Unexpected Windfall more because of the Sonic Secret Lair. So
Fair.
Yeah, okay. You just gotta wait till there's a Miku version of the card, and then Krim will play it in every deck.
do you know why Chandra's Ignition? Dude, if I have a red deck, there's a Miku version of Chandra's Ignition.
Oh,
I
is that? I
jammed
was
that.
wondering why that was on there, because Chandra's Ignition is not that good. I mean, it's okay, but I think of it as like a combo piece for certain decks, not as a Blasphemous Act that I play in every deck.
Blasphemous
Mhm.
Act, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've also had an uptick on because there's a Deadpool art. So now that there's Deadpool and Miku, I'm like, these are my go-to red sweepers.
I'm so curious, Phil and Tomer, because I can't think of a card that I play just because there's a version of it that exists that I like, so I play it in every deck. Do you guys do that? Are there any cards that you just like, you like the Secret Lair version, or you like a certain printing, so you play it in way more decks than you would otherwise?
I avoid playing Snowlands because there's no old board of foils. I guess that's along
okay, that's
the
kind of
same
similar.
lines.
Yeah.
I also
I
started playing Doomblade because the Comic
wow.
Sans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh my
we're
God.
really
Really
getting
kinda
down
beautiful.
there.
I run the original printing of Price of Progress because it's my favorite art of it, but like that's basically it. Oh, and
Yeah.
Anger, I like the angry little potato baby.
Nothing-
That-
nothing-
That one is pretty
Nothing
good.
has beaten the angry baked potato. Like
Yeah.
I love the baked potato.
Sometimes I accidentally put the other ones because I only have like one of it and it's sitting somewhere in my deck somewhere. But yeah, the new art's fine, but like the big
They-
baked
there's-
potato's
it
so
can't
funny.
wait
near the
potato.
original.
So good. Yeah.
All right, how about green cards? Green cards. I'm expecting a list of ramp spells, and it looks quite a bit like a list of ramp spells. I guess if
And
you get down the
lands.
list a little bit, there's a Balagid Recovery on there. Great Henge, I guess that's still a ramp spell. Springheart Nantucko, that's got to be the Phil special still, but anything stick out on here? It seems like a pretty green list to me, kind of what I expected.
I don't run that much Great Henge, but yeah, that's cool.
I like Great
Looks
Henge.
about like what I expected. Disciple
Yeah.
of Freylease is just so good. It's been
Yeah.
in so many lists here. It's
Mm.
such an auto-include.
What do you guys think of?
MH3, just very good.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yeah.
set's wild. I know Phil and Krim already mentioned Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Should I be playing that as a staple, Tomer? What do you think of that as a ramp spell? I've been going back and forth of like, it doesn't make you shuffle. You don't have to play a basic land. Like, should I just play this as part of my like green ramp package, like Nature's Lore? Do you think it's at that level?
You have to ask the green players. I don't know. I don't think I've ever ran it.
Whoa,
Well,
it looks good.
don't
Krim
lump
and
me in
Phil
with
are
It
that.
looks
Hold on,
good.
hold on.
Oh, Krim. Your green arc has just begun, my friend. You're going to have to change the hair color soon.
Guys, I don't want to lie to you. I love Overlord so much in Commander. I went out and I just bought everywhere tokens. Like
Did you really?
Like I bought a lot of everywhere tokens.
Oh
for
my God,
I got some foil ones too.
Yeah, see, because like I just think the card is so good, dude. Like it's an absolute house, and also it's good in like constructed, right? Like 60
Yeah.
cards. So
Mhm.
I have really just enjoyed Overlord of the Hauntwoods.
Do you play it without Caretaker's Talent, Phil, or do you think all of
Yes.
your Overlords are in Caretaker's Talent
No.
decks?
I don't
Okay.
think that I don't think I ever triggered a Caretaker's Talent with an Overlord. I usually play it
interesting.
with Spring Hut Nantuko and some effects like Lotus Cobras and Spelunkings go infinite with Overlord, but actual infinite, not just the number of lands in your deck. So you have
right.
infinite lands. So that's why I always try to live the dream. It didn't happen yet, but
Someday.
I'll try.
Someday.
How about colorless cards? Colorless cards looks a lot like our list of most played lands, except if you get way down there, there's an Arcane Signet. But it's actually exactly the same as our list of lands.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
All right, let's move on to our individual stats. Krim. It's
Crime
finally
Lord.
time to find out if the
How green
Crime
is he?
Lord or Krim Lord there is he a green player now? Are you a green player, Krim? We're gonna find out right now.
I have a
Just embrace
Oh
it.
no!
Oh!
Wow!
Oh my
Lord.
God!
He's holding black
Oh.
on his shoulders.
Krim was almost half of
Somehow.
our black decks. Like we only
Yeah.
had like 47 black decks, and Krim had 20 of had 20
Jeez.
of them. If Krim was not holding up for black would have not existed this season, and green is still way at the bottom.
All right.
Wow,
I was
okay.
getting worried because I remembered we played a lot more. I played a lot more green this season.
You did.
because I feel like
A
I did. That
lot.
number is great. Okay, that is a lot for me, and I just want to say
Baby
that.
steps, baby steps.
Oh, I was stressed, guys. I don't think you understand. I was like, I was gonna have to duck out at the.
Brutal.
Your Grixis
Okay.
identity is safe, Krim. You're still a Grixis
Oh,
mage. You're still good.
I
now.
more so was like okay, black is at the lowest, right? So I'm curious if that meant I'm the only person playing it because I know I played a lot, but
did.
usually I thought black was higher, and that's probably because usually some mixture of all of us is playing more black as well. But no, you're right. I am just single-handedly holding up black cards.
Yeah, Krim carrying with black there. Well, how
But
about
Tomer was right with red too. I was close up there with red.
So how did
Oh,
we? You
mono
were
black
up
on
there,
top
yeah.
even.
You were second. As far as actual breakdowns, we can see how you ended up with so many black decks. Esper mono black tied for number 1. Grix is still there at number
Okay.
2, or tied for number 3. What do you think of this, Grim?
This makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah,
totally
looks
makes
about
sense,
right.
right? Like if I'm gonna play green, it would naturally be Golgari, right? Because it has black in it. I'm surprised I have no where's Sultai in this? Do I have Sultai in this at all? No,
no
I have
Sultai
no
this
Sultai.
season. Yeah.
No
Okay,
Sultai.
This is the stat line that I'm
What's this?
expecting. Okay, this makes sense. This makes a lot
Except
of
no
sense. And
Dimir.
Grixis.
I guess we
No
knew that because no
Dimir.
one played Dimir, but Krim not having any Dimir is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah,
But
Dimir,
blue,
this-
black, red, white, blue, black, Esper, Grixis, these are all Dimir adjacent, right?
Very
So,
Krim colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and most importantly, that means I had 5 opportunities to play Deadpool, and I am very happy about that. Oh man, this
And I
this
know you
color-
played it all 5.
Oh baby, this color pie is beautiful. Chef's kiss. Could have done it better myself.
How about Krim's most played cards? Krim, Arcane Signet, Fel the Profane, T-Pro.
T-Pro.
My God, that's a lot of removal on there. Ghost Vacuum. 7 of the 10
Crime
Ghost
Lord.
Vacuums were Crim. Split Up, Hagra Mauling, 6 of the
Overlord.
Overlords. Will of the
There's the
Abzan. Crim is
Overlord.
the
Oh,
Will of the Abzan player.
Well, the Absint's good. I should
Card is
have
gas.
more.
Continuously has proven to me that it is an all-star time and time again in like non content videos, just for fun, for playing, and then on content as well. I love that card. Also, Split Up, another banger. This
Yeah.
card, dude, I'm just saying, it has been doing work for me. And it's mostly just ended up being one-sided and or like killing a few things that I don't care about. For 3 mana, it allows me to make 2, maybe even 3 more plays after it.
I might have to try it
I've
more.
been getting blown out by this.
Yeah. Also, Crim's one of the people that played 10 Nature's Lures and only 9 3 visits. I don't know how you ended up one
Okay.
short on the 3 visits there, but
It has to be because of the Black Panther art.
it's
Now
gotta
it
be.
confirms that,
It's gotta
okay,
be the Black
it's
Panther art.
gotta be, yeah.
Oh wait, you played a Black Panther deck this season, so maybe that might make sense. All right,
Yeah.
let's move on to specific card types. Number
Wow.
1 creature, Overlord of
He
the
really likes it.
Woods.
And there's all the
Explorer,
Shieldreds.
Platinum, 4
It's almost
Platinum
all the
Angels.
Shieldreds. I think there's
Whoa,
like
Ice
3
Tilt.
Shieldreds not accounted for.
Yeah, half the Valgavas, 4 Valgavas,
What is going on here?
4
Okay, hold on.
Deadpools, 4 Deadpools. There it is,
There's
Grim.
the
It is on there.
Deadpools.
4 Deadpools.
That means there was a game I didn't play one.
where you
I'm just
could
saying.
have. Yeah. Wow, Xenos Yegolvis. What? Who?
Okay,
Mono
look,
Black's
y'all.
not the Mono Black thing.
It
Wait,
is,
is
but
it?
also I think the card is just a nice silver bullet in case, you need to get one person to lose the game, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's a nice gotcha out of nowhere. Well, it's not really a gotcha because it's a whole mana sink, but it is very good, I think,
I mean,
in a removal heavy deck, right?
all I know is that it's some weird convoluted. I don't know what the backside even does, but I just remember he wanted to do something to my creature, and I was like, no. And it was a big thing.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
fun.
I'm surprised. Wait, where's the other Shielder? Where's 5-cost Shielder? That
must
one
be
I play
partly-
a lot of.
That must be partly other people too, though. You must have played it like 2 or 3 times, and then like Phil
Yeah.
has a couple or something to get all of them.
Yeah.
As far as spells, you're definitely the Edict believer. Soul Shatters, Will of the Abzan, like
Yo, Edicts, all-star. Soul Shatter, S-tier card, dude. I'm just saying that I think Edicts is allowing me to get a removal spell off on every person. And
Yeah.
it gets around protection, right? And like all this other stuff. So I
Yeah.
am a giant Edict believer.
that kind of makes sense. Edicts are annoying like that, where I know sometimes you're trying to like Edict Phil because he has something busted, and I lose my creature too just because I heard it. I'm like, come on, like I'm not even doing anything. Why do I gotta
But
sack something?
Isn't that the secret's beauty of it though? Because like
it is.
you
yeah.
do want to also hit Seth. Like
Yeah.
you don't want Seth to be upset about
I
it.
can't
You
get
can
mad
tell Seth,
about it,
like,
right? Because
I'm sorry,
Phil's
your
the
collateral
threat.
damage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're running the card. You could have
Yeah.
ran targeted removal, but he didn't. And there's a reason why, because it works so well. And then it doesn't get you the political backlash. So it's actually legit awesome.
It's a,
One card-
sorry, your collateral damage
Yeah.
rubs hands.
My bad.
Right? Like,
And it just
and then-
puts him further behind.
and then on top of that, so you're seeing that in like Split Up. I'm all 6 Split Ups, right? Like, there's 33 copies?
Split up's very good.
Somebody played. Okay. The fact that there are 33 copies. Wait, what does that mean? 6 out of 33.
No. You played
Or 6
33. There were
6 of
33
my
different
33
decks.
Hold
so
on.
in
Yes.
theory, you could play 33 Arcane Signets. If you put one in every deck, there'd be 33.
Right. I don't know why I had a mental fart there, but yes, the Split Ups. I think that number is going to go up, like the following seasons that I'm on, right? Because I think that is just a very good card.
I
But
wouldn't be surprised.
you know how much I love Edicts, though? I love it so much that I play the big 9-mana one in Artifacts. Also, by the way, Portal to Phyrexia. That's 3 Edicts, baby.
Yeah, that is 3 Edicts
Oh, yeah.
in a trench
I mean-
coat.
Yes, and
I like
Ghost
that.
Vacuum. Like, come on. Okay.
What is Scepter,
Goes
Krim?
on.
Is that weird mana rock thing?
Yeah, for monocolor, for
okay.
decks, like that are monocolor. But I think Ghost Vacuum, that is now a card that is going to be a mainstay. And I think going into season 19, after seeing all the shenanigans that has happened with graveyards and just with all my removal and stuff, I plan on putting more Ghost Vacuums in every deck. Just because it's proven to be an all-star every time.
It's so good. I've learned that from 60 card formats where it's just like, yeah, it's graveyard hate, but it's also like oddly like a win con almost, where you just end up, even in non-graveyard matchups, you end up with like 5 or 6 creatures under it. And you're just like, oh, I guess I sack it for 6 mana and build a big board and get a bunch of triggers. So yeah, I'm gonna start playing that one more too. What about the rest of the card types? Enchantments. See, Prim is a Phyrexian Arena believer. I knew there was at least 2 of us out there. 4 Phyrexian Arenas, 6 Meathook Massacres, Baneful Omen. Rule of Law, you dirty staxer. Look at you, Crib. Rule of Law, Roiling Vortex.
How did that get on there?
Whoops, daisy.
Oh man, Rule of Law and Blind Obedience. I think that's woo. Okay, I will admit that those episodes that those decks were in there, it made sense, right? Because we had the all enchantments deck, right?
Yeah.
And so I swear I'm not just secretly staxing people. But Meathook Massacre, not a surprise. I'm actually shocked that it's not a higher number.
Yeah.
Phyrexian Arena, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm back on it. I think at some point at the halfway mark of the season, the switch flipped. I'm so back. We are so back.
Yes. Yeah, I gotcha. What about lands? You seem to be a raceway believer. Lots of raceways.
I mean, Phil and I are always racing, right? Like, Phil and I have always got our speed tokens ready. And this shows. And the one thing I've learned, and I'm sure, Phil, you can probably tell me if you agree with this or not, is that I don't care if I have it early or late, right? Like, it's
if
just...
it happens, it's good. Especially the Mangara Raceway, the one that turns into Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
It's just...
Muruganda?
As long as you're like 2 colors or something. I don't, weirdly enough, I don't play it in paper. I don't know why. Maybe I just hate cutting land slots as well now, because I've cut all the basics I can cut. But if I would build a new, usually it's in my, we'll see how many of them I play, but usually if I'm 1 or 2 colors, I play this and the haste one sometimes.
Yeah, Amonkhet is the haste one, Muruganda, Ancient Tomb. These 2, I feel like because that was the thing we talked about during spoiler season, right? Like, is this good if you have it early? Like, it's only good if you have it early. But I've had games where I drew it super late and it didn't matter. It was just good to have an Ancient
Still
Tomb,
good enough.
right? And there's a lot of just easy ways to get a little trickle damage here and there. Maybe like, hey, can I just hit you for 1 and stuff like that? So I really like these cards, and I've also found Fountain Port to be a staple. I think you're looking at my 3 colorless staples here in the Raceways and Fountain Port. That card has caught me up when I can't get mana. It just generates me a treasure. Maybe I'm stuck on colors. It gives me bodies. It could be a draw engine. You've seen it do work, Seth, in like standard.
Oh, it's so good.
I think this card is just a staple for me.
I think you play in like any deck. Like, you really, 5 color might be tough, but like as long as you have room for a colorless land, I think Fountain Port's really good. Let's move on to Tomer, the not so budget commander this year. What did Tomer? My goodness, Tomer! I guess you're the red mage this season. I respect not much green, hardly any black, a ton of red.
Yeah, that checks out. I was really pushing red this time because I think we all kind of like talked about a lot how red is kind of the weakest color allegedly, and I played it a lot just to see if like I don't know. Remember when white was the weakest color and we all like had like a really strong white streak? I know like I was really heavy on it. Richard was really heavy on it. It's kind of fun to figure out like what's the underdog and see if we can make it work. So I tried to play like a lot of mono red, and obviously is just my favorite color combination. So
do you feel like you figured it out over the course of the season, like at all, like playing so many red decks? Yeah,
I think I've figured out like forks are good, redirects are good. The big score plus forks very good.
Yeah.
There's certain things that they lean towards that are very good.
Did it change your opinion about red being the worst color?
No.
But it's still bad.
I think it is my favorite play style now. Like I used to be when I was a young spry Magic player. I used to be a very like heavy control player, and like the idea of like going control mirrors in like standard or pauper or whatever for like over an hour at a time was like the best thing ever. I would be like, oh boy, control mirror, let's go. But nowadays I'm just like, I need you to die and I need to die fast. I don't
Get
care
it
about
over
what you're
with.
doing on your board. I'm swinging in damage. And so red really calls to me these days, and I like it.
Well, let's see. What exactly called to you this season?
Oh, yeah.
Mono Red and Is It tied for first. 10 total decks between the two of them. Mono White on there, 5 color,
Oof.
and then a bunch of one-offs. So very heavily skewed towards Red and Is It.
I like red and Is It.
Yeah.
I rest my
Yeah.
case. I should play more
I
black
think
though.
of
What's going
you
on?
as a Is It
Yeah,
player.
how much black did you have? Like 7
Like
decks only?
nothing.
One.
Like-
I remember I played
Mono
mono
Wait,
black.
hold on. You had 1 black deck all
I
this
played
season.
I
Oh
played
no, he had
Six
seven
Ceremony.
Oh.
black altogether, but 1
Yeah.
mono black. So then a few like
Okay.
5 colors were 3 of them and so forth. Yeah.
But I played mono black, Civ 6 Ceremony, and then I got the biggest lane flood I ever had in my entire life. So now I'm never going to run more than like 30 lanes, and I'm never playing black again. I think those are my takeaways.
That's what you learned
Garbage.
from that game.
What else I got flooded out? Yeah.
How about top cards? Tomer's
Yeah.
most played cards: Mana Geyser, Blast
That's a
Act,
good
Dowsing
card.
Device, Surveyor Scope, Psych Rift. What else is on there? Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, Jessica's Will, Witch Enchant, Whir of Invention. Seems like a Tomer list.
It's just red and blue cards. Like,
And
that's
T-Pro.
it.
This looks like your
And
Niv
T-Pro.
Mizzet deck, Tomer.
It really it does.
Yo, it looks like a lot of different decks that are very, very different from each one. Okay, leave me alone.
I've kind of started to hate Mana Geyser a little bit. That card's so busted.
It's a very busted card. Yeah.
How about creatures? What do we got? Pinnacle Monk, Witch Enchanter, the MDFC Believer coming in at the top. Bane of Progress. See, you blow up stuff,
Whoa,
Tomer. It might
yeah.
not be a crime, but you got the Bane of Progresses. What is Canatep Scarab Swarm?
That's
What
the,
is
that?
the
that?
artifact creature that gets a basic, right?
Oh, it's the ramp
No.
one.
No, that's
No,
a graveyard haze.
ETB exiles a person's entire graveyard, and then you make
Oh.
flying
right.
tokens equal to the number of, I think it's like
Right.
artifacts and creatures or artifacts and lands,
Yeah.
something like that. It puts a lot of bodies on the battlefield. They're all artifact creatures. They all fly, and it's
I wish it
graveyard
was
hate.
cheaper.
Yeah,
It's,
I wish Warhammer in general was reprinted because
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
cards keep
really.
going up, and
What-
it's sad.
Also, why the Walking Atlases, Tomer? That's the 2 drops of caps to put a land into play, right?
Oh
What
my
are you
God.
doing? What are you
No
playing?
UFO?
Moonfolk every week?
You're asking the wrong question. Why is Poo Poo UFO not high as high as there?
Isn't that just
I don't know
straight
what's happened to Poo Poo
restricted
UFO. I thought it should be up there. No, maybe it is on 4, but it just
It
got
might
cut
be.
off.
It might have. Yeah, been tied for 4. Is
I
that
can't
just your
imagine
ramp
a deck.
strategy then? Just like putting extra lands into play from your hand?
Yes, it's so good. It's
Eh,
so
interesting.
good.
I'm surprised actually, we haven't seen it yet. I have to guess, if you're playing Poo Poo UFO, Walking Atlas, terrain generators got to be on there, right? As your lands?
The
I run it
lands.
sometimes.
are
In
coming.
Drago, it's very good, but these Walking Atlas is not Drago for me. It's
No.
just like I'm just drawing cards. It's just draw cards.
Do you play Poo Poo together with Walking Atlas then? Like if you're playing one, you're playing both of them probably in the same deck.
Yeah, Poo Poo is a little bit better, but it's like you just run both.
Run both. Yeah. What about Spells, Tomer? I see Mizzix Mastery on there. We see some Return the Favor.
Mhm.
I know you love that card, and then a bunch of the stapley stuff that we already talked about. But anything stand out?
Return the Favor should be higher. The card is
Nah.
goated.
And then artifacts,
Isn't
Pip
God
Boy
unleashed?
3000.
What
What is
Whoa.
what is Pip Boy 3000?
target?
Pip-Boy 3000 is one of the most busted ramp spells they've ever printed. So what do you do? So whenever you attack, it's 2 or 1 mana and then 1 to equip, and then whenever you attack, it's modal, and the mode that you want to choose is untap 2 lands. If you have like a bounce, so it's ramping 2 each time you attack, but then also if you have like a bounce land, then it's ramping 3, and if you have like a Lotus Veil, it's like ramping 4. And if you have like a Lotus Veil and like a Scorched Ruins, it's ramping like 7.
Oh,
Like,
right. Yeah.
So that's
that's
part of the package.
That's pretty sweet. What about Paradise Mantle? Is that just for value? Or are you just turning something into a Birds of Paradise? Or is that like a Pure Steel Paladin combo piece. That's one I wouldn't have expected to show up in the top list.
I think I needed it for like some meme decks. I didn't like
okay.
0 mana, so I think I played like Calamity, Dance of Calamity. I needed mana value.
You just needed stuff that didn't
like
cost anything. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, rounding it out, we got enchantments, land tax, propaganda, freed from you dirty combo player, freed from the real. Come on now, Tomer. Expiration. Sticky fingers, two Ristic studies, even though it's house banned. Tomer did not play a lot of enchantments. You know when a house banned card shows up because of CDH week, you know you don't play a lot of that card type.
Yeah. Not a lot of not that many repeats. I try to keep things very
No, you do a good job. You do a good job of that. And then lands, nothing really sticks out. Seems pretty straightforward. Some Urza sagas, Talon Gates, obviously a believer like most of us are.
Well,
let's move on to me. Still lost my Mountain Dew. I can imagine
that
where
reference?
this is heading.
Oh, yeah, the One Ring. Yeah.
I have an idea where that might be going.
I get it.
Colors. Well, okay.
Whoa!
Still a green player, but also
20?
I think
looks like our
20 green. But I played more red than Tomer actually. Even and I played 18 red, so a lot of red too. A decent amount of white, so very Naya-y. And then blue and black down at the bottom, which honestly, I was hoping green would be lower. I would have rather red actually beat out green this season, but I guess that kind of makes sense. I know I don't play a lot of blue and a lot of black, so the other three being up there makes sense.
Oh, also of note, I missed four games, so
that
also affects the overall stats, not the averages though.
Yeah, that is true because I don't think I missed any games this season. So I probably have. That might be part of the reason it's ahead. As far as color combos, Naya actually number one, beating out.
It's always Naya lover here.
It's always 5 color for me. I always have 5 color at the top, but Naya beats it out. 3 mono green, 2 mono red, 2 mono black, colorless twice, which was actually I think the same. Oh no, maybe I played 2 different colorless decks.
No, because Revenge Week and the initial. The first time before
so it was the
Revenge
same deck
Week.
twice. It was a colorless blink deck 2 times. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that looks about like what I would expect.
Wow,
now let's move on to
so low on black.
Most played cards.
Wow,
the One Ring 18, only 18. That means like half of the One Rings were not played by me. I'm just saying, almost half of them were not played by me. But most of them were played.
More
by
than
me.
half are just you.
I think I played half, exactly half of our One Rings. Arcane Signet, Blast Act, Beast Within. I see I play Removal in there. Solemn I still play, Heroic Intervention, Fel the Profane. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm gonna have to find another One Ring for next season. Now that we're house banning it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. How am I gonna draw cards? I don't know.
What did we just say was a One Ring? Oh, Ether Spark. You just replaced with Ether Spark.
Ether Spark in every deck.
And
what
it
about
forces
creatures?
You to attack.
A bunch of ramp, Anger, Sun Titan, Welcoming Vampire, Bogart, Stitcher Supplier. I must have played some graveyard decks. I don't even remember what decks I played Stitcher Supplier in, but they must have been some sort of graveyard deck.
Stoneforge Mystic. That means you probably attributed to some amount of those Ether Sparks as well, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if I'm playing Stoneforge, I play Ether Spark. And that's probably part of my tutor number, too, it would be the Stoneforge's tutoring stuff up.
You love a coveted jewel. Oh, Extinguisher Battleship. That is a new card that I think is actually just insanely good.
It's really good. And it fit in my colorless decks too, so that's part of it. But I actually think that card's actually just legit because not only is it like kind of a wrath, and you get to blow up a non-creature permanent, which is pretty powerful. But it's only 5 to station to turn into a 10/10 flying trampler, so it actually turns on like usually immediately, and then you just start beating down with this massive flyer.
Yeah, I've been impressed every time I've seen it. It looks so good, dude.
I used to run a lot of Meteor Golems just as like I need to have spot removal for whatever. This is like, I feel like even better for most decks because it's also a wipe. And then I think it's just like perfect in green decks because you could just ramp into it. And it's also a wipe that green usually doesn't get. So
it's really good. It's really, really good. Rounding it out, enchantments. There's the Phyrexian Arenas. 8 of them. Every time I'm playing black, I'm putting it in there. Guardian Project. Do you guys still play Guardian Project? Has that fallen out of favor with people? Is it not good enough anymore?
Still good, I think. Whenever I see it, it's good, but I
It's
rarely
fine.
play it.
Blessed Sanctuary. 2 Blessed Sanctuaries. I'm trying to
the
remember what deck I
unicorn?
even played it in.
It was
That's a prevent all non-combat damage.
Ah.
It
and
was
then-
for when you deal damage, you gain that much life. for
right. It was
the illegal
that deck.
commander.
That makes sense. Every time I see Splunking, I'm like, I really should play that in just every green deck. I should play that like I do Nature's Lore, and I don't, and I'm gonna start doing it because I think it's actually that good, and I should just play it in every deck. And then lands, I'm the strip mine guy. 16 strip. That's the one thing that stands out. A bunch of fetches, reliquary towers. I do the same thing as the rest of you. Replace Talon Gates and Madara with strip mine, and then we have the same list basically.
Wow, no Talon Gates, so
I do play it.
Interesting.
It must not have been as much as I should have, though. It's got to be. It should be on the list. The card is that good. But well, last up, Phil. It combos with Spring Heart.
I wonder what those
Yeah.
cards are.
Let's see, Phil. What are our colors looking like here?
Mm.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Also,
Ooh.
not much black.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah,
green,
yeah.
lots of white, not as much red. Yours look like mine if you replaced red with blue, basically. Like you play way more blue, I play way more red. What do you think, Phil?
Wasn't this the season where I started with a green fast? Was this season?
I think it was too,
I
yeah.
think it was, so
And
I-
it's still number
green
one.
fast. Caught the green fast last.
Huh. But I did,
That was like
did
for a
remember
month,
playing
right?
a lot of I played a lot of mono white though. We'll see. I do remember playing a
do
lot
ya?
of white and
You're actually correct. 4
Yeah.
mono white.
Oh.
Yeah, Bant number 1, mono white number 2 with 4, and then 3 Gruul. I don't think
Huh.
of you as much of a Gruul player, but you still get Springheart
Yeah,
Kentucky
so-
at least.
I am not surprised Bant is at the top for Phil. Bant is
Yeah,
so
same.
Phil, right? Like that's like perfect
Yeah.
Phil.
It is very Phil. How about most played cards? Onto
Whoa,
Inversion,
onto
Nature's
Inversion.
Lore, Clever Concealment, Swords, Heroic Intervention, Steve, Disciple of Frailes, Spring Heart's on there, Mana Drain, Tireless Tracker,
Tireless
of
Tracker,
course,
still kicking.
Tireless,
Mm.
still doing
and
its
then
thing.
Shadow Spear. Huh.
Yeah, 9 Shadow Spheres.
Wow.
I'm surprised Onto Inversion
mean-
so high.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
me
Yeah,
You know what?
I guess every white deck, and I played a lot of white
Yeah.
decks. Maybe not all of them, but
I play it in pretty much all
A
my
lot.
white decks, yeah.
yeah. So
I love Shadow Spear, so I'm happy to see that you play it that much. I think that
I
card is
don't
sweet.
activate it.
Yeah, well, I mean, neither
Yeah,
does that.
me either,
So-
apparently. Ask the YouTube comments about that. How about my
Oh,
card?
Steve
How about my
on
card
the-
type?
Wow.
Oh, Spring
Wow.
Heart on 2.
That is
I
so
love
Spring
it.
Heart's
mean.
number
What
2
can I say?
creature. Also, man, Vorinclex. I remember Vorinclex
Oh,
showing up in
yeah.
some of the games this season, but I
Mhm.
didn't realize it was one of your most played creatures. Do you play that in like most of your green decks then?
Yeah, it's a little just consistency.
Yeah.
And White Plume, Sand Scout, Oran Frostfang. Ooh, aggressive. At least I draw cards.
Is Illustrious Wanderguff the thing that makes it the artifact that makes a token each
Yeah.
upkeep? That thing? Yeah, okay. How about there's a Grand Crescendos, 9 Grand Crescendos. So most of those were Phil. How do you like Season of Gathering, Phil? That's another relatively new card. How have you found that one?
Did I don't know. I don't remember casting it yet. I played a lot
Oh.
since it came out. I like the card. It's probably the best or second best. I still have Rishka's Expertise. Is it higher? No. So apparently, Season is. I like it more. I never cast it though. I never draw it when I need it.
Then artifacts, we have the 3-way tie, Great Hen, Shadow Sphere, Machine God's Effigy, which that's a card I mostly associate with Phil. And then also a decent amount of One Rings. Not as much as me, but still about 25% of decks, One Ring decks.
Skull
The-
Clamp, Idol of Oblivion.
Crystal
The
Skull
Indomitable.
Spyglass?
Yeah.
The blue mana rock that casts historic spells off the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I played in Artifact decks.
Ah,
So I
okay.
played 3 Artifact decks. It's down there. The numbers get small enough to
But I
Lotus
do-
explain
Petal.
stuff like Lotus.
I-
Petal.
I-
If I draw
it's
enough
got to be like
cards-
CDH, maybe?
Yeah.
It's got-
No,
it's gotta
I
be.
sometimes play it in mono blue. If I draw a lot of cards, it's just
Okay. Just a little
faster.
extra mana. What do you think of Staff of the Storyteller, Phil? Because when I think of like Caretaker's Talent in 60 card formats, I know in Legacy people play that as like their card draw token
yeah,
deck
but it gets
thing. Like,
it's good in multiples. That's why they play it in Legacy, I think. It's on Arena now. It's sad that you have to pay to activate. Usually I end up with a bunch of counters on it and then sometimes draw with it.
Yeah,
I
it is
mean, I
one
like the
mana, right,
card,
to
but
activate. Yeah.
Caretaker's Tenant is where it's
Yeah.
at.
The body's relevant because it's a 1/1 in 1v1.
Yeah.
It's relevant because
Right.
it's
Not as much
it can
in
steal the
Commander.
initiative and stuff. No, like
Hey, take that coveted jewel. You gotta take that coveted
Yeah.
jewel.
Yeah.
Enchantments, Caretaker's Talent, of course, coming in at the top with
Just 3, though.
7.
It's just 7.
Yeah, just
Just
7. Birth of Meletis, interesting. Huh. How do you like that in your white decks? Has that been worth it?
It's consistency.
I
don't
mean,
know.
it gets a land, right?
It's
It's
a
like
blocker,
it's
yeah.
fine, only 2 mana.
You can get it with Thunder effects. Actually, you can get it with Court of Ardenvale as well. It's just one white package here with Restoration, Court of Ardenvale, Dawn of a New Age, Garruk's Uprising. Huh. Didn't even remember this. There's Walk-in Closet. 3 blind
There it is. Yeah, you
mice.
played a bunch of them. 3 blind. You got to copy those tokens. And then lands. Phil does not forget Talon Gates and Madara. That is for sure.
oh yeah,
He brought
26
right
out of
there.
32.
He brought it.
You got your
Nearly
package.
all of them.
Reliquary Tower.
And it
Talon
also
Gates
escapes you
versus
fetch
Cave.
it.
You gotta make sure you get the
Oof.
Actually, we saw that in some games, didn't we? The instant speed, like tutor up Talon Gates with the Urza Cave being relevant.
That's sweet.
You also got
yeah.
some raceways on there. Do you play the other one too, Phil, or do you just play Muruganda?
Sometimes I play Amonkhet. Apparently
The
not
haste one.
enough to show up here.
Yeah.
Morgana makes it in most of the decks. I wonder if I really, really like the Adaga or something, the new white mythic station land.
Oh, the
Adagia?
planet
This
land.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not there next season, but I assume it would show up there because every time I play it, it overperforms. And I think this one might be also works very well with Caretaker's Talent, so I got a plan.
Well, finally, we have our most memorable moments from the season. I added a few that I kind of brainstormed, but Krim's Jumbo Cactar
Oh my God.
punishment, where we're all trying to win with Jumbo Cactar, and Krim is just punishing us from trying to win with Jumbo Cactar.
He's winning with Jumbo Cactar. It's just not his Jumbo Cactar.
Yeah, he
He's
was winning with our Jumbo
Cactar.
Cactar.
Yeah,
It's
I-
cool. And
Oh,
it was
forgot
amazing.
about that.
super effective too.
It was
Like it was
amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
Telmer with your almost reverse flawless victory. I don't even know how that, like, you lost all your permanents and then I milled myself out trying to kill you, and then you're just like, oh, I guess I win with 1 land in play.
I just remember that you and Phil mutually killed each other. And
Yeah.
I was there. I existed for a couple turns with just like a Drownu and 1 permanent or something. And,
was the
oh
one
no,
with
I just had a
the-
Drownu. I had nothing else. No lands or anything.
Yeah, you had gotten like pretty much sent into orbit, and I think
Yeah.
Inaya charmed Seth.
Yep. So he couldn't win, and then he just decked himself and died. I think it was like
Yeah,
that. And then
I
just
thought I was
like,
gonna
I'm
win,
here.
and yeah, Krim of course ruined it somehow.
Amazing.
And Tomer benefited by doing nothing. Speaking of
I
Tomer,
love
one
that
of
for Tomer. What a
One of my
good
favorite
win.
Tomer moments.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 coming up. The Prisoner's Dilemma game was really funny, where you just copied Prisoner's Dilemma a bunch of times, and then like we had to snitch on each other, and then I cast a Pice of Progress, and everyone ended up dying to just casting a bunch of Prisoner's Dilemma.
I
then
remember.
you're-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
And then
I
your
was
smoke bomb was really good too. The
God.
smoke bomb.
I was
I
so
like-
ready to get Tomer, and then he smoke bombed.
Now you also have to remember about Smoke Bomb. But also the funny thing about Prisoner's Dilemma, I remember the comment section was like mathing it out, and was like apparently like you like I don't know if you all could have lived, but like 2 of you could have lived if you all just didn't like choose silence, and you all like or something like that. You could have worked together, which is like peak Prisoner's Dilemma. Is like you
Yeah.
could have lived, but you chose not to, and I love it.
The card plays so perfectly for what
Yeah.
it's supposed to
good.
be. It really does. And then speaking of just great one-off
Oh,
moments,
jeez.
the deflecting palm where Phil you're popping off, and it looks like Krim is so dead. I think me and Tomer are both out of the game. It was episode 7. Phil's popping off. You got Vaultborn Tyrants. You're doing all the Phil stuff. You go to attack to close out the game. time, and Krim just gets you with the deflecting palm.
Wait, wasn't this? No, you didn't go to attack. It was what's the Jessica or a teamer commander that deals the damage?
Yeah, it was like Eshka or something.
Right,
It was doing like lethal
From
damage.
Dragonstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
and
yeah,
he swatted,
I
he palmed
remember.
it.
I went
Oh,
off
so good.
there.
It was,
Yeah, you
you
were
did.
popping off, and I had to sit there and like with like not like smirk or do anything like that whole game because
Yeah.
I had that card like since the opener pretty much, and I just remember like this is doing nothing,
Waiting.
this is doing nothing,
Waiting and
then
waiting.
Finally, I was like, okay, Phil's at a low enough life total where I can wait if he gets to the chain, and then just pop him like with a real quick deflecting palm.
And it won you the game, right? I think that was literally the lethal spell was the deflecting palm. It was so good. Anyway, those are some of our favorite moments. But let us know what were your favorite moments from the season. I'm sure there's a ton of other ones that were super sweet. But anyway, everyone, I believe those are our stats for Season 18 of Commander Clash. So seriously, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We appreciate y'all, and we'll be back next week to kick off Season 19 with some ban list updates for the house bands, a new cast member, so it's going to be super sweet. So make sure to come back for that. Thanks for watching this season. Have a great week. We'll be back next week to do it again. Until then, this is a crew signing out.